The Gospel according to John, chapter 6, passage 3, the bread of life. The next day, the crowd standing on the other side of the lake noticed that there was no other boat there except the one, and that Jesus had not boarded the boat with his disciples, but that his disciples had gone away alone. Meanwhile, other boats from Tiberias arrived near the place where they had eaten the bread after the Lord had given thanks. When the people saw that neither Jesus nor his disciples were there, they got into the boats and went to Capernaum seeking Jesus. When they found him on the other side of the lake, they said to him, "Rabbi, when did you come here?" Jesus answered them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, you are seeking me not because you saw signs, but because you ate the bread and were filled. Do not work for the food that perishes, but for the food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. For on him God the Father has set his seal." They said to him, "What must we do to perform the works of God?" Jesus answered them, "This is the work intended by God, that you believe in him whom he has sent." They said to him, "What sign then will you perform so that we may see and believe you? What will you do? Our fathers ate manna in the wilderness, as it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat." Jesus said to them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, it was not Moses who gave you the bread from heaven, but my Father gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is he who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world." They said to him, "Lord, give us this bread always." Jesus said to them, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger, and whoever believes in me shall never thirst. But I said to you that you have seen me and yet do not believe. All that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never cast out, for I have come down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me. And this is the will of him who sent me, that I should lose nothing of all that he has given me, but raise it up on the last day. For this is the will of my Father, that everyone who sees the Son and believes in him should have eternal life, and I will raise him up on the last day." Let us consider what God is saying through this text. In this passage from the Gospel of John, Jesus speaks to the crowd seeking him after the miraculous multiplication of the bread. The people who experience the miracle are intrigued and seek Jesus to learn more. However, Jesus confronts their intentions, saying that they seek him not because of the signs but because they were filled with food. Jesus tells them to labor not for food that perishes, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give. He is marked with God's seal. The people ask what they must do to perform God's works, and Jesus responds that they must believe in him whom God has sent. The crowd asks for a sign, referencing the manna their ancestors ate in the wilderness. Jesus explains that it was not Moses who gave the bread from heaven, but the Father who gives the true bread from heaven that gives life to the world. Jesus declares himself to be the bread of life, offering spiritual fulfillment and eternal life to those who believe. The passage reveals a profound theological truth about Jesus as the bread of life, providing eternal spiritual satisfaction. It calls us to faith in Jesus and to seek the spiritual nourishment that grants eternal life. If you enjoy the way we conduct these conversations and wish for more topics like these to be created, you can support this work. Details can be found in the description. God bless you for your kindness.